Welcome back, everybody. The Final Fantasy XVI. It's been only a little bit of a break since last session, but just to kind of recap, we pretty much finished all, like, I think every single side story that there is available before we like go up and do this. Yep, everything has been relatively cleared out, I believe. Everyone's out here. You can still talk to everybody, but otherwise, I don't think there's anything new showing up. Oh boy. I'll have to actually like gather my thoughts for like when we actually finish the game. Talk about like the positives, my pros, my cons about 16 as a whole. We'll definitely jump into that. I know that we cleared out all the hunts. So yeah, we're good. Let's talk to Nectar one more time. Let's see what he has to say about, I guess, his adventures. Did I ever tell you about where I come from? Or came from, Kupo?
You're not from the forest.
Oh, I'm from the forest, certainly. Well, which forest?
Well, which forest?
I can't tell you that. It's a secret, Kupo.
Then what were you going to tell me?
Nothing. I was just making sure I hadn't said anything that I wasn't supposed to.
And if you had?
You don't want to know, Kupo. He is the only Moogle. Why would you do this to me?
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back.
And of course, we pretty much complete everything here as well.
Come again. I may have more for you.
No, you don't. I'm just kidding. They might actually have more.
Here you go.
And
Think
yeah,
I can help?
for sure. That means that there's nothing else. So now we have to. It's somewhere out in the distance, but I think it's time for Origin. Oh man, that feeling of like we're at the end is finally hitting me. But yeah, let's go.
Make sure you do this time. Oh, and while you're at it. Clive, if you see my dad up there, tell him we were right to leave his legacy with you.
Tell him. He'll be in the front row. There's no way he'd miss this. Well, behave yourself, Mid.
We'll see.
Oh, hugs, hug distribution, which means you get 1 too, Dion. Jeez. All right.
So, you're in charge now, Gav.
And what does Taya have to say about that? Come back before she finds out, eh?
Whoa, no, it's different. We just finished this thing. No, don't cry. I swear to God, don't do it.
Thank you, Yote. I'm sorry.
Your Grace, I shall pray for your safe return.
That's kind of you. But you should pray he took his medicine. I didn't spend all night grinding herbs for his lordship to leave them on his nightstand. Again.
You needn't fear, Lady Taya. And thank you.
See that your brother comes back in one piece. Or, at most, 2. Any more and you can heal him yourself.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, there's nothing to say that hasn't already been said. But that's never stopped me before, so just you do what needs doing. And don't worry about us.
We'll do our best, Uncle.
That we will.
If that is all?
Not quite.
Gotta talk to Jill.
Jill.
It's time, isn't it?
It is. Take care of him.
No, he needs to join with us. What do you mean?
And you. You take care of her too, boy.
Don't do this. You know, I probably should have pressed
Don't
X
forget,
one more time.
Clive.
Should have done it.
We all choose our own path. Believe in yours. I do.
I'll be back. I promise. I love you, Jill.
Stop. Come on, man.
I know. I love you too.
Oh no. Oh no. I feel kind of sad, but we'll be back. It's gonna be fine, right? We're not gonna pull like a Noctis and, you know, just like be gone with our duty. Oh god. Dude, 15 was heartbreaking too. Oh my god, they're here! Nah, man, this is why you do the side quests. All of a sudden you feel a lot more connected to them, and all of a sudden, like,
No.
it feels different.
Got to kill.
Yeah, no problem. Yo, yeah. We'll be gone for a little bit, but we'll be back. Oh boy. Actually, Dion actually transformed. You know, if we could, we would bring like a whole like party of like, well, one more really. Bring back that theme again too. You know, I felt like there's always been a grandiose like story behind all of it. But given, you know, their perspective, a lot of like the challenges and whatnot were like kind of grounded. Up until like Ultima became a lot more like aware. Or they became more aware of Ultima. Oy. Nice. That wasn't too bad. Huh? Uh-oh. You know, whatever sets the stage, you know? This is actually the Tekken 8 stage now. Clive's already confirmed.
So, this is Origin. A far cry from heaven.
Where it all began. Where it all begins. Our arc. Your architect.
There you are.
It was here that we slumbered. Here that we waited for centuries, clinging to our decrepit shell, for fear that we might have need of it once again. But you have come at last. And now we shall be truly complete.
Well, there's 3 of us and 1 of him. Let's make it count.
Yep. Just go ahead. Start blasting. Nice. Let's go, Tails.
Dominance. We will show you what it means to suffer.
Oh, God. I forgot he has his own. And it's already a fused one, too. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, shit, here we go. Tell me when. Oh, never mind. It just wasn't our... Oh, my God, really? Bro? This is disrespectful. We all share 1 HP too. Okay, we did some damage. Uh-oh. Give us the prompt to dodge. Uh-oh. Please, put us in control. Oi. Oh no. This is all for one. This is what it is. Oh no! That's foul. Wee.
Not this time.
Thank you. ready.
Joshua! And you will not claim us!
Oh shit, the special is coming out. Make this count. Oh my god. Try disaster. Huh? Ultimate Prime thwarted? I don't know about that one, dude. I don't know about that. But thank you, I appreciate that.
And you only surrendered. This unpleasantness could have been avoided.
Oh. Yee.
We have you.
Oh, Josh, don't do it. We've seen Dragon Ball before. We know how this ends. Oh no, Dion, don't do it.
Go! Save your brother!
Just give me a prompt. No, please give me the prompt. Don't let it end like this.
I ask not for acceptance. Only forgiveness!
Whoa! Oh, this is sick, though. No! No! Oh my god. Ah! Oh. But at what cost? Uh-oh.
Now, Father, it is done.
Oh, please. No. Oh god, now what? No, yeah, Josh was not doing so well. He just hasn't been.
Clive! No.
Did I mention you look terrible?
That makes two of us.
Oh, I'll be alright.
And Dion. Take my hand.
I told you, I'll be...
Jeez, dude. He's really not.
Come on.
Thank you.
Press on.
Always.
Alright, here we go. Slow crawl time. That was a really cool cinematic, but man, dude, it sucks to lose like that.
I'm sorry about Dion.
Don't be. Please. He did what he had to do.
And it's time we did the same.
Stop doing that. Hey, quit coughing up.
We stop.
Because of the cough. No, I think we're past that, Clive.
I suppose we are.
Looking at how everything's built,
That
too.
light, so cold. So empty. We're close, aren't we?
It seems that way. But I don't want to think what could be waiting for us in there.
Mm.
Then think instead of those waiting for us at home.
True. Actually, you know what? Maybe it's a good thing that we got sent all the way down to the core like this. Could have been more graceful, but at least we had. We don't. At least we don't have to go through a whole temple process.
Clive.
Oh my God.
They can't be.
But they are. This is the Nexus. A wellspring of life. Yours and ours. As we watch the world stumble slowly to its dark end, it was here we pledged a new beginning. And now, with the ether we have harvested, I shall raise my kin from their eternal slumber. That together we may usher in a new age of reason.
This was never about creation. Only self-preservation. You condemned an entire world so that you alone might escape death.
Alone. Him. Alone. Clive. I think I understand. He...
I'd rather you finish your thought, Joshua.
They sacrificed their flesh to become beating hearts of crystal that pumped the land's lifeblood from the depths of the earth unto this very chamber. And thus would they labor still, long after their work was done, had you not set them free.
You meant for us to destroy the mother crystals. It's what you wanted all along.
You have our gratitude.
Man.
In this you have served us well. You have both served us well.
They're still needed though, right?
Home, brother.
Hey, don't say that. No, 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 no.
I thought it was me, but it wasn't my grasp that grew weaker. It was theirs that grew stronger.
Oh no.
Joshua!
Oh no, please.
No!
And now we can become one.
Oh no. Oh, they're all combining now. God, when you thought he was a threat before, now it's just.
Clive.
Oh hey, he's still talking.
The one possessed of the destructive flames of Ifrit and the healing flames of the Phoenix. This, I once believed, would be Ultima's true form. But I was wrong. I see it now. Why you will never become Ultima's vessel.
I don't care. Just hold on.
Listen to me, Clive. You remember the murals? People once knew that Ultima was their god. That he created them. And they worshipped him, prayed to him, looked to him for guidance.
In vain.
In vain. For he did not listen, did not acknowledge our will, and so we strayed from his path to forge one of our own. So absorbed was he in his own desires, so driven by his own will alone, that he shunned the one thing that could have made him truly powerful. Faith. The same faith people now place in you. Faith that you will fulfill their dream, Sid's dream, of creating a better world for us. Faith that you will follow in Father's footsteps and save those who need saving most. Faith that you will answer Jill's plea to save yourself. The difference is, Clive, that you chose to listen, and that is what has steeled our bonds. Bonds that helped you stand firm when Ultima's pull was at its strongest. His power may be absolute, but so is ours. And so will yours be. With my light in your heart, not even a god might stop us.
Joshua! Don't do it, you'll...
Enough, Clive. My body is too far gone. If the wound does not take me, the curse will.
Oh.
It is the world that needs you. Thank you, Clive, for being my brother. Look at me, Joshua. Open your eyes! Open your eyes, Damien! Why? Why did you do this? Joshua! Joshua!
And thus does the final piece fall into place. The incantation primed, but one task remains. To empty the vessel.
Oh my god, don't do this.
You're still here. With me to the end.
Even now, you would deny the inevitable.
That's what you always have. And always will. My sword, I swear, to shield the Firebird's flame forevermore.
Sorry guys, give me a second to see if anything has changed whatsoever. Nah, because we've always been blessed with it.
Break.
So far, well, so far it's okay. Kinda wish I could do the perfect dodges now. Oh, like that. Oh boy.
Nice try.
I'm like, bro. No, that did not work.
This is the work of my will.
Hey, relax. Oh, that's embarrassing.
This will break you.
Yep. Didn't have time to really do like dodge on that one. Ugh. Let's take a little bit. Ah! I almost got it. It's a shame that I can't switch icons during the fight. Otherwise I would have swapped into the Phoenix just for those evades. Also, I don't have any high potions. What am I doing? We may be sorely unprepared for this.
Countless centuries have I waited for this moment. This moment in which I might revel in my creation. Only to find it profaned and so it must be cleansed.
Jeez. God, like, what do we do?
Unexpected. How is it that your will yet endures?
Because it's not so easily broken.
But it can be broken. And I shall see it so. For such is my will.
Try it.
Oh my God! How? Oh yeah, it has these specials right here. Ah. I was gonna say, I guess I can't really like do like a really cool block with that. Wooey. It's a good thing all I have to do is just run around. Ow. Out. Ugh. Whoa! My God! Ooh. Oh my God! What was that? I don't like the fact that I actually homed in on that one. Oh, God. I know, that's what I'm saying. Jeez. Come on, come on. Hey. Okay, I have no healing items anymore. It really is up to this. Okay.
Why? What latent force feeds these flames? I sense more here than mere will. Is this Logos? Have you truly become free? No, I forbid it. You are not a god. You are but flesh and bone. You are not one of us.
Now he's really upset. Now he has to bring in him.
I created you, all of you.
Oh boy.
And what is mine is mine to destroy.
Once, perhaps. But we are no longer yours. Our flames are our own, and they burn as one!
Let's go! Bro. And we already have the merge already. Ow. Oh, jeez. I couldn't gauge exactly how... What? Oh, my God. He's kicking my ass. Ah. Yee, there we go. Eee. Man, dude, what is this music, though? It doesn't matter. We're here to kick ass in interstellar space. Yeah. I also have brimstone as well. Ah! Oh! I should have saved the other one. Oh, God! Bro! Huh? Hey, what you got? Ah! This is so crazy. Although I think the fighting is, aside from the techniques that are being deployed here, the actual thing I gotta do is pretty straightforward. As it always has been. Huh? Oh my God, where's the dodge? Ooh. Boy. Oh. Hey. Oh my God. Oh no! Yeah, that's not fair. We only got one shot of that. Ow. Oh shit, it's ready. Uh oh. No, I wasted that. Ah! Yeah, just keep going. Keep going. Oh! 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 Open up! Keep it up. Got crazy amounts of health. Woo! Hey, relax, relax, relax. Ow. Come on. Ow. Ah. He's really putting all the stops here.
Recreant.
I still got a little bit of those healing things. Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. Ah! 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 I kind of messed up on the timing on there, but okay. Let it be it! Almost. Yes! Is he gone? Damn. Well, I guess we'll have to wait until we can get that clear screen.
No. My will is inviolable. Something is wrong.
You're afraid. You always have been. From the moment the Blight exposed what you were, weak, you conceived us to prove otherwise. But the results shook you to the core. For in us you saw yourself, and realized we had the potential to be more than you could ever be. And so you turned your back on your creation. Your back on the world, like the coward you are.
You think you know me? You know nothing, Logos. Nothing.
Huh? What do we do with that? Huh? I hear find the flames, but
I stand above you, my rebirth complete. And you, for your defiance, shall pay the proper price. An eternity of anguish.
Anguish. Pain. Suffering. You have known none of these. But we have. So we know what they grant. They bring us together. And that makes us strong. Thunder roar!
oh god. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Petulant child.
I need to use my abilities if I can. Oh boy. Ah!
Bow to your god. Let lightning strike.
Let's try.
Oh, jeez. I got no health on me, my guy. Or even healing items.
I will crush you.
Close. I had to be very careful going forward, then. Also, just bring more healing items next time. Oh god!
Let the tempest rage.
Oh. Oh boy. Oh, let's go! Oh, is he really gonna do that? Let's go! Hell yeah, dude. Hearing that last bit. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Ah! Bro. I'm still really hurt. Ugh. Oh, jeez. Oh, I'm not gonna take too much of that. I gotta do something, otherwise this is gonna be a slow grind. Wee. That was a nice trick. I gotta get closer. I gotta do more damage to him. Wee. We're not gonna get anywhere this way at this rate. Oh God! Oh. It's only appropriate here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no! That got too close! Alright. Where are you gonna send me? We got nothing. My potions are back. That's a little unfair, but okay. Well, actually, you know what? I appreciate that they do that, because otherwise... Although, I guess... Nah, it's actually fine. Otherwise, it would have just been really tough to, like, really recover from all that. Although, it makes you feel like a savant. Thankfully, I was able to learn a lot about his moveset in this spot. Oh God! Oi. Oh, jeez. Oh my God, come on, come on. Are you kidding me? I wasn't touching it. Here we go. Oh, geez. Let's go!
That's my boy! son.
Oh shit, Dad?
No, mine is the altar at which you pray.
Mine are the eyes that look down upon you all.
Oh, it's kicking in.
You are no better than us. We are one and the same.
We are not the same. No man might stand beside me.
Oh. Whoa. Oh. Didn't quite have that yet. Holy. Alright, that's a new one. I feel so limited with the icons I have currently equipped with me. But I could probably make use of it. Oh, that works. There we go. Hey, relax, 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 relax. He's not done! Ah! Oh, that's not the right one I wanted. Ow. I don't want any of that. Ugh. Oh, jeez. Yeah, Bahamut's kind of not my favorite icon to actually have active. Although it's pretty useful when that happens. Ow. I guess it's about the timing too. Finding like a good opportunity to do that. Oi! Sorry. Arm was itchy. Alright, carry on. Oh! Oh, dude. Oh, jeez.
With me, Phoenix.
Let's go. Oh.
Forevermore.
Oh my God.
So sure of your place atop the world, you refuse to acknowledge those below. You chose to remain alone. And so you shunned the one thing that could have made you stronger. Pushed away the hands that could have raised you higher. I do not need you, or anyone. And that is where we are different. I could not have made it here on my own. I carry with me the hopes and dreams of my brothers, my sisters. And it is they who will give me the strength to end your reign. I cannot end.
Oh my God, my guy. There we go. Huh? Jeez. Huh, I wonder why.
The only fantasy here is yours. And we shall be its final witness.
He kind of said it. He kind of said it. Whoa.
I said.
Oh.
It's over.
Oh. He's donezo. Granted, we didn't get like the chime, but it's okay. God, was that over an hour? Oh man, can we I think we can like do a quick pause on that too. Can we? Yeah, actually. Yeah, okay, cool. That's great. I don't want to like cut away from the ending here in the scenes afterwards, but we probably should take a break. Take a break, take a quick breather, and we'll reconvene in just a little bit, okay? All right, be right back. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Let's resume. After the ass beating. It's gonna turn on the AC a little bit more.
Tell me, what do you imagine will befall this world now that you have gained your precious freedom?
I honestly don't know. But I doubt it will be pretty. A sorry tale of sin and suffering, hardship and pain.
And it was for this that you fought so fiercely? Why?
It's who we are. We fight. We survive. We endure. We don't need a reason. We are imperfect creatures. When we stumble, we reach for a shoulder to lean on. When we fall, we stand back up. We see the horizon, ever out of reach, and still we march on. Certain the answers lie just beyond it, because that is our way.
My congratulations. Relish this victory, knowing that you have but delayed the inevitable. Your world is already dead. May you enjoy an eternity on its blackened husk.
I don't know why that was kind of comical. Just a thud. So with that, I guess Clive has absorbed Ultima. And is, well, pretty much God. Don't. Please don't do this. Don't do this. This is when he got the blessing. I'm like, oh, I was gonna say, is that little Joshua? Well, that's newborn Joshua? I didn't expect us to see this. When the little one grabs your like your entire finger, you've been chosen. Back to sadness. Ugh! No way. Is he actually gonna do it? I guess he does have everyone and Ultima as well. But you think he's already far gone? I don't know. He at the very least may just regenerate, or I guess clean up the wounds, but Oh yeah, what do we do about that?
It seems Ultima's power was too great for this vessel all along.
But while I have it, perhaps I can use it to set things right. And see Ultima's legacy. Bearers, dominance, crystals, magic. Consigned to the flames. Even if it means the end of me.
Hey, relax. Wait a minute, what do you mean?
These are our terms.
Oh my god. He just sets the entire place on fire. He also does that. But right. That's the end of a crystal. Huh? Bro? Oh no. We're still... Oh no, it's crumbling, it's crumbling. It's like, oh no, what do we do? Oh my god. We're rolling credits. Ah, that's our boy. face down. Oh no, he's alright. He's alright. Oh no. It's the curse. Oh no. It's already oh no. Oh no. Oh god. Oh, you're starting to see it on his face too. Please tell me I'm not imagining it. No, no.
Aren't you the most beautiful thing?
He is, isn't he? What are you gonna call him?
Let me see, let me see. Oh, read little one. Got a smile for your Uncle Gav.
Not so loud, you burp.
What? I was only... Shh.
You're scaring him.
It's all right.
Oh no. That just made me super sad. Oh no. Oh, that one broke me. Ooh.
A sky of scattered tears, 1,000 years apart. Should they fade, I will not be afraid of the dark. For
If you need a rest, I can take him.
I'll hold you to that.
The world's yours now. Yours to do with as you please. That's what Sid wanted. That's what they both wanted.
And thus did our journey end.
Ah, no. A Farewell to Fate? Damn. Is that the actual name of the last chapter? Oh, jeez. Alright. Ugh. Alright, getting it together. Because we gotta talk about this. Yep. Oh, actually, hold on. Give me a second. I just wanted to, like, get a shot of, like, the credits. Well, guys, unless there's some after credits, but for now, I think my thoughts are pretty well collected with everything we've seen. So that was certainly a game of the year. No, that was really good. I like kind of how straightforward the story ended up being. It actually was like that for a good reason. Well, actually, there was a lot of, I guess, how straightforward it was. There wasn't like plenty enough like characters implemented here and there to really kind of diversify everything and make it really feel like a whole collective instead of like a very like how do I even describe it? Despite how linear it felt, there was so much to do that kind of just expanded like our, I guess, our collective like consensus about like how Clive's story like ends up being, because it ends up becoming like everyone's story too, with a specific focus onto Clive. I think that the music is, well, it's probably one of the best I've like heard this entire year. And yeah, like there's a lot of cool things from like Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which would be my game of the year. But even when it comes to like that, even with some of the few musical pieces in there that are like fantastic, this one just had like consistent consistent bangers, for lack of better words. So if I could tell you, like, the music here is phenomenal. Honestly, I should probably set my sights on like the soundtrack at some point. As far as the gameplay mechanics, well, I guess the gameplay in general, I think the implementation of, you know, action adventure or just like action JRPG was a good move. But as like a personal like RPG like fan and a JRPG fan as well, I wish they could like lean a little bit more towards that, as far as like making more like options for us to kind of grow instead of what we kind of had. But what they did kind of provide kind of helped create a little bit of decision making and diversity. I was just talking about how I wish I had like certain icons instead of what I had on me to fight against Ultima, so I can consistently use skills here and there. But I only had it set up so that I had like some big like Unga Bunga shots and not too many like defensive, like, you know, counter stuff. Well, actually, I had one counter, and that's all that mattered. That one was really good. As if it's like Clive was hot. 10 out of 10 game. I think it was a fantastic game. Honestly, I couldn't even compare it to other Final Fantasy games, considering the fact that I only played like 15. 15 was good. And, you know, it had like a little bit more like RPG elements to it, but it was also one that kind of stuck to like the action aspect of things, to a point where like sometimes the numbers and all that decision making didn't really matter too much, as long as you could like dodge and you could heal like with infinite amount of items. What I liked about 16 was the fact that yes, you did have items, but you had a very limited number of them, so you had to be kind of choicey about it here and there. And there were a fair amount of like difficulties here and there that made combat not too much of a walk in the park. Yes, it was like generally pretty easy once you like learn things here and there, but I would say at like the latter end, especially when you saw like, you know, like Ultima throwing all these grandiose attacks at you like back to back to back, I think the difficulty really like spiked up from there. But for the most part, like once you learn how to master chaining all these different like icon special attacks and everything like that, a lot of that experience becomes more streamlined and it becomes a lot of rinse and repeat motions of it. But for me personally, I didn't get too tired of that. I think I was still very much so satisfied that I was able to pull off what I was able to pull off whenever I needed to. I do think that I think when I imagine like a mixture between action and your typical like JRPG elements, I think 7 Remake still has that pretty down pat as far as like the Final Fantasy series so far. from my perspective anyway, and had a good blend of that where there was important choices to make as far as like selecting materia over there. Here it's a matter of like, okay, well, you always have like a standard like burst shot. You also have all these different icons who have like their own special unique skill to them. And among that, they have their own special set of skills that you can, once mastered, you can swap them between. So you can just run a kit of your own. And within that, like, a set of 3, like, icons to use. And I think there was certain moments where it was more, like, imperative to have, like, one over another. But I felt like I could run with, what was it? Oh shoot, I already forgot. There was Odin, there was Bahamut's. But granted, I only really chose Bahamut because of his special being like the highest dealing damage. Otherwise, I'd probably swap that out to, I think, Phoenix at the end. I think that the shift would have helped me out in a lot of like binds here and there. But I think Titan's probably like my favorite because they had just a lot of versatility as far as like damage output, but also being able to like cover you. So it just had like a great like combination going on with that. But I did want to like talk about the main story and the side quests. I think the main story was, yeah, we did talk about that. The story is pretty straightforward, but I think for what it's trying to tell you as far as the themes, I think it's a pretty well written one. Especially considering the sense that, like, just like every other like story like this one, there's always like a main bad and there's always like a big bad in the back. I do feel like Ultima as like a main protagonist was just kind of there, you know, he kind of had to be there. They info dumped you a lot of stuff about him like nearing the end, so it was kind of hard to even like make a connection, and I think that's the whole point in that sense. But when you talk about the other characters, like they're all likable. All the good guys anyway. As far as that, I think if you really like play through a lot of the side quests like I did, you find yourself way more connected to those characters. Albeit though, you have to sift through a lot of like extra fluff at the very beginning to really get an idea of like how these characters end up being. I think my if we're gonna just like set aside some of the main cast thing being like Clive or Jill, Josh, Dion to a certain extent is kind of main, but not too much. I would say that, oh, my favorite, I guess, side character then. Oh, that's actually kind of tough. Everyone kind of, even not just secondary characters, there's like tertiary characters, like even they had like opportunities to shine. Oh my god. I want to say like my favorite like character that isn't like among that main cast, although it's kind of reaching because I feel like he is a main character, is Sid. Sid himself was like a really good character, but unfortunately he went away so quickly, and it makes me like extra sad knowing that like he saw like what was ahead of him, and before his death he only saw like the surface level things that was going to transpire, and it took us up to the very end to really figure out what was going on and what the problem was. Yeah, Sid was fantastic. Fully agree on that one. If it's not Sid, I would. Oh my god. You know what? I'd give it to Gav. Gav is like I never really expected too much like out of Gav, like aside from just being like another addition to like the cast that like Sid would use as far as like being a helpful scout, but you know, Gav was in it for like the long run of things, and he really stuck by you, whether he's scouting or he's fighting alongside you. I was like, wow, dude, this guy's with me the entire time. And of course, there's always Torgal. Torgal deserves a special spot, like right, like next to like favorite cast of characters for sure. But yeah, going back to the side quests, yeah, just to kind of really kind of do like a once over with that. There's some really like good gemstones of like side quests. Priceless is the last one you'll have with Jill. Honestly, every single person's like last mission with you before they give you like the cool like curiosity that you would hang in your room to view pretty much like summarizes like pretty much where you're at with your relationship with them. Obviously the favorite one was like Gav right there, but hearing a little bit more about Charon and Goots, like Goots doesn't really show up a lot, but you kind of get a sense of his character with the very little amount of side quests you have involved with them. I will say, going more, like kind of covering more bits about the game, as far as some gripes, I would say that I do appreciate the fact that they have you run around in the world. There's very few checkpoints to go between. There's some that are very useful, especially since you get to take advantage of the PlayStation 5 load time. But otherwise, there's a fair bit like backtracking, and you know, and this is if you do a lot of side quests, albeit, so that's fair. But it got to be a little bit tedious over time, especially for those areas where like you frequently like run across just to get from one point to another. That was definitely the case early on. But oh boy, just trying to think. Is there anything else I wanted to say? Honestly, like personally, I really enjoyed 16. If I had to like rate it like as an overall experience, I would probably put it on top of that as far as the other fantasy games, Final Fantasy games I've been through. But that's not really saying a lot either. But I think every single character that we came across, Clive of course included, were all lovable. I couldn't like hate any one of them, and every single time they had a spotlight just kind of was never an unwelcoming one, you know? At least that I could remember. Well, there's always Kupka. If we're gonna really like talk about every single character. It's so weird. The story is like pretty like linear, but it's also pretty like lengthy too. To the point where like you can actually like absorb like the big threat and all the cast of characters who were not so well aware of that. And we're like there's of course Benedicta, who like in the grand scheme of things was like such a small like bit of the game, as well as like Kupka as well. Odin was like pretty close because he's like that much closer to Ultima as well. I remember that what do they call them? I think they're called like they're Commander Knight or whatever. Usually the person right next to you, your right hand man. Obviously we had whatchamacall's his face? Man, dude, it's been a while since then as well. But you know, Odin had that one dude, but something was really weird about him too. But at the same time, he was just kind of there. He was kind of built up to be like a very interesting, mysterious character. But then up until the point where like he walks up to Clive and he fights him, that's it. That was it. All of a sudden, that just kind of like led up to nothing. But when you look at the overarching story, like he played very little in that case. Ooh. Now, as far as like where this gets placed, obviously, like I really enjoyed the game. It's like it's super duper polished. So like all the out of all the 23 games I played, which is kind of very little. But the big one being Tears of the Kingdom is there. I would still say that Tears of the Kingdom still sits like high up there as like my game of the year. And if anything, Final Fantasy XVI like just sits like right below that. Because as much as I love the story here, more than I would love the story in Tears of the Kingdom, I think with Tears of the Kingdom there was just a lot more like freedom. And that's not to say that open world games will just simply solve that issue or scratch that. Well, I mean, yeah, they do scratch that itch. So, but like, I don't think if you were to give it a general argument, like objectively, I don't think open world games will just simply give you a game of the year for sure. It's just about like what you put in like in all of that. How does your experience like delving into those like open world games like make you feel? Like, as you can guess, you know, 16's has some pretty open like expanded like areas, but there's not a lot going on there. There's like some hidden chests here and there. Some of them that are not really like worthy of like, or not really worth like opening. There's definitely a lot of like monsters like kind of laying around where you can like fight here and there. But otherwise, it just kind of paints the scene as you walk from one destination to another. And I don't think the game really incentivizes you to like ever go out and explore. Whereas like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, there was always like a sense of mystery. And instead of letting the game tell you where to go, which you could, you always had that freedom to always do whatever you wanted. And I think that's why Tears of the Kingdom was always so appealing to me personally. I do like the fact you could still take your time in 16 though. You don't have to progress the story if you don't want to, but at a certain point, all the side quest stuff is like done in. But when you do all the side quest stuff, you find yourself a lot more, I guess, like, to choose that word specifically, it just kind of enriches your mind as to like the entire world that they're trying to build. And that's why I feel like, as far as world building, it's a lot more richer in 16 than it is, well, I should say, the way that they present it in Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom kind of like, aside from like the upheaval, everything that's happening in the real time, it obviously doesn't really like talk about other things going on around the world from past and present. Whereas like this is like, it kind of like uncover, like, sorry, nasally now. Actually, I should probably deal with that. Yeah, give me a second. I think with 16, yeah, it just, they obviously have like a whole narrative of how like the world's developed since like Ultima had like laid the seeds out and created humanity. And it becomes so complex to the point where, you know, the world kind of grew without Ultima's influence. And everyone had their own like thing. There's a lot of political like struggles, there's battles, there's wars. And they do this in a way that isn't like, I would say like the way that they provided like the storytelling in this game, they didn't really try to regurgitate like everything to you. But if you wanted to, you could follow that with their active like lore system, which was super cool at the very beginning. I ended up not really using it a lot, and I think that's a great thing. If you really wanted to just sit down and look up the entire lore, you can either do the active stuff or you can actually just talk to Hippocrates, and you can also like look at your like whole timeline as far as like the influence that you have around the world, because you're very much so like connected to that as well. So in that case, yeah, it just feels much more like lush. It felt like it felt organic, I would say. And I think Tears of the Kingdom's kind of interesting. Now I'm just kind of doing like verses here, but Tears of the Kingdom, they really do kind of regurgitate a lot to you if you keep talking to NPCs here and there. But, you know, talk to a few of them, you kind of get the idea of what's going on. But in that game, it's more about like the present time and then a certain pocket of time in the past. And that was it. Now, albeit though, I was still very much so moved as to how those like timelines were connected in that sense. But yeah, this was definitely straightforward, but it really like tugged on like big themes that still can like impact you like to this day for sure. So I think all in all, that's all I really want to say about like my take on 16. Obviously, considering how long the credits are, a lot of people worked on it. There was a lot of like time and care put into it. And I thought that said D&D. I was like, what? But no, that was really good. I really like that one. Oh man, dude. But yeah, that's it. I can't believe that technically speaking, this is like the 25th stream that features us playing through Final Fantasy XVI. More so than me playing through Breath of the sorry, not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. And what the weird thing with Tears of the Kingdom was that like those were like way longer streams. And I also played like in between those streams as well. So I ended up with like 24 like pretty lengthy streams in general. But with Final Fantasy XVI, they were very consistent, like 2 hour, like to 3 hour streams. Except for maybe one that was like 6. I don't remember. But they're all up to like 24 to 25. It was a pretty lengthy game because of it. Could have sped run through it, but I didn't feel that. Yeah, this was definitely worth kind of sitting through. In a way, I feel like I connect this to Ragnarok, God of War Ragnarok, as far as like, I guess when you look at like the overarching story. Although, well, actually, no, they're kind of pretty. I'm sorry, kind of pretty. They're different in that way too. Now I'm kind of comparing at this point, like, which was like the better like game on like PlayStation in general then. Which is tough because I really loved like Ragnarok. I think there was a fair bit of customization on that end as well. Almost makes it feel a little bit more like RPG-ish. In a way. I think both are brilliant though. Oh, but if I had to compare them both. Oh, that's tough. I think I kind of like Ragnarok a little bit more. Which is... Bro. Oh no! But yeah, no. We're focusing on 2023. This is a fantastic game. This would definitely like sit like on the top 10. Top 5 even. That is if I can fill like a lot of my backlog completion like this year to fill in the gaps. Backbone Studio. It probably has nothing to do with like the actual like smartphone backbone stuff. But yeah, once again, this music's fantastic. In fact, hold on. I probably won't be doing it tonight, but at some point, I'm gonna get my hands on their soundtrack, which is available if you want to just get it like digitally. I'm not sure about like physical like things for like the soundtrack, but that might be still available. In the meantime, I do have this on iTunes and it's ready for purchase, but how much is it? Also only $36. Huh. Alright. How many songs are there? 181. Whoa! I think that might just be worth it. But yeah, no. So, that's pretty much everything. So, I mean, God, this kind of leaves a lot of like, just kind of emptiness here. A lot of negative space. Back in my mind is just continuing to think about like we finally cleared through it. We cleared through Final Fantasy XVI. It was a matter of time of when, but the journey kind of went on. It definitely went places for sure. But like during this time, I also want to just kind of honor like 16 by not really talking about like other like future stuff that we wanted to do. Pretty much up until the end of the credits. So we'll just kind of leave it at that. This was definitely a violent Final Fantasy game as well. Like, they didn't really hold back on that, too. There was a lot of cursing, too. But you know what's always funny was one thing that like really popped up in the back of my head, like as far as like a funny moment, aside from the obvious funny moments, but what felt like unironically funny was I think it was like when Titan actually ate like the crystal. We should also talk about the icon fights too. But it really was like when he gets sent back outside of like, I guess, Dragon's Fang. And he's just like, Founder, help me. As he sees a giant like Titan. And then he starts running. So about the icon fights, right? They're kind of like few and far between. And they're specifically meant to be like cool cinematic set pieces that are just like eye candy to catch, and they do a really good job at that for sure. And they're definitely ones that like they don't try to challenge you at all. They're moreover like, look at what you can do, you know. It's kind of minimal in the sense that you only have to like press like R1 whenever you need to. You have to mash the square button whenever you want to, or whenever you can. But it always felt really cool, because they would always scale up your damage. You'd be doing like crazy amounts of damage that you wouldn't otherwise do as just base Clive. But yeah, no. Even then, like, you would never. Yeah, I would. Yeah, honestly, all the icon fights were really cool. Yeah, I think my favorite really is Titan. I'm just gonna put that out there. But like, what's really close behind that is probably Bahamut. That was sick. They were both sick in their own right. If anything, maybe Bahamut might lead up a little bit. It depends on how I feel about it. But that is, having said that though, fighting like even Garuda, even Odin, we never really fought Shiva, you know? For obvious reasons. We don't really want to fight our girl, right? But otherwise, yeah, no. That was great. Honestly, a really good set piece was like Clive finding the truth for himself and having to fight himself and Ifrit. That was actually really dope too. Yeah, even though like, I mean, obviously the ultimate fight at the very far end was like the craziest thing you've ever seen. But at that time, like, you're already kind of used to it. Granted though, a lot of those energy blasts like really like heated things up. But definitely that first time like this, like ascending to the skies as a fused Ifrit and Phoenix, that was crazy. It is crazy how they like. Sorry, I'm kind of going all over the place, but I'm thinking back at the very beginning of the game with this music playing in the back, where it really is like Clive having like succumbed to like, what was it, like 13 years of just being branded, having to work for other people to get closer to his revenge, only to find out that it was himself, which made him super depressed boy. And it took Jill, and of course Torgal, and of course Sid, and Gav, and a little bit of Goots, literally the entire hideaway, to kind of bring him back. Enough to the point where he can reconnect with Joshua and find out that, oh hey, well I already accepted myself. I already done my duty. That was also a really great moment, by the way. Confronting the mom. She didn't give a crap about Clive at all. And at that point, she didn't even care about Joshua. She didn't even believe that was Joshua. That was kind of sad too. But I'm glad he was able to say the things he had to say. Rent was definitely paid for Ben Starr. And that was a heartwarming reunion with Joshua and Clive. Although it was kind of muddied over the fact that like there was actually no saving the mom in any way. Like the mom was so stuck on her beliefs with like, you know, the values of like the dominance and doing her duty and disregarding anyone else that would end up being a hindrance to that. And you know, we have Clive over here who's like literally has inherited like the mindset of Sid, and has really kind of embraced that, and really not only that, but also like took in the entire Hideaway. Yeah. Yeah, there was actually a lot of great moments. And now I'm thinking at the end, now that we're finally here, where it has Clive on the beach. Will they find him? Maybe not in time, though. I wonder how other people have interpreted the ending. I guess we might even find out if there's anything else. Yeah, there's more. Thank you. Thank you. I might be in for a surprise.
Oh. Every time.
Will you light it?
Yes, Mother.
No crystals, right?
Come on. If only I had the flames of an icon.
Icon? Have you been reading that silly story again? Magic belongs in fairy tales, and fairy tales don't boil kettles. You see? Well done. Now, be a good lad, and play with your brother until supper.
Come on, hurry, hurry!
A little pup.
Right. Right, let's play the saint in the secretary. No, I don't want to be Madu. What do you want to play then? War of the Icons.
Whoa.
Again? Right. Did I get to be a treat?
Wait a minute.
Right, I'm the
So
older
wait.
brother.
I'm like, wait, what does that mean?
Bahamut says so.
Cause that's Bahamut. No way. I'm like, what? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You can't do that. I have no choice but to create save data. Oh boy. Wow. This is actually a great thing to do. Just save whenever you could. This is probably like the save file for my the demo clear actually. So that was June 16th. And well, now it's August it's August 7th, but you know. I think I'll just place it right here. Well, now it's kind of like reset itself. All right, cool. New Game Plus is now available from the title screen. Allows you to start a new game with player and item data carried over from a previous complete playthrough. Gameplay mode Final Fantasy is now available for use exclusively with New Game Plus. What is Final Fantasy mode? I guess we'll find out. Final Fantasy gameplay mode offers the following: increased enemy strength, increased player level cap to level 100, new gear and items, and mode exclusive content. Recommended for players who wish to test their limits. Hold on, I had to kind of dissect that a little bit. I was like, did Joshua write it so it's just a story, or did Joshua actually write a book about his adventures? That's what I'm thinking. Joshua died. He was done. But as you saw, Clive actually like healed him up, but it didn't really look like it wasn't like an immediate response. And also at the same time, Clive literally just like tore down the entire like crystal. So it'd take a while to survive that, or anyone except for like maybe Clive himself. But maybe, like, I don't know, dude. Like, I think either Joshua like has been writing like his story on like books, so he might have already passed, but the book was like eventually published out. Maybe Yoda had something to do with that, or Yote. Sorry, Yoda. Book about magic. This is. She may have had a hand at like publishing a book. I mean, you literally had an entire order that was dedicated towards the Phoenix. So, I mean, if he had any inkling of an intention to like make a book, they would publish that out. Like that would be their main resource. Especially since the whole dealing with the Ultima has been cleared through. They wouldn't have anything else to do. But yeah, no, I'm trying to think like maybe I think maybe they could have led to like a couple other options. They, you know, Joshua could have like woken up at some point, like when the crystal fell later on. Maybe published a book, maybe had kids. Maybe that wasn't like his kid specifically, but it's like they did have like the colors, right? The hair colors, if anything. But, you know, I don't think the mom was anything like familiar to me. So that could have been just anybody. That could have been anybody. But the fact is that there was a story that Joshua wrote out. That means that, like, that's something that happened, like, long, long ago. Like, generations upon generations passed during that time. So, yeah, no. That's wild. I was gonna say, how dare they do that? But when one like journey ends, I was like, don't you say another thing. Final Fantasy XVI 2. I wouldn't even put it past them. But I wouldn't even know what they would do. Bro, Clive became God. And shortly died thereafter. I'm pretty sure he did. Man, he really did go off like that. Because even though he was just kind of like resting for a little bit, that could have been the last bit of him. Because at the end of it, you know, you saw his hands like from like the fingertips already like turning to stone. It was becoming petrified. And once he lowers it, you already notice that like it already like envelops to like his hand. And I could have sworn I saw like bits of it like show up on his like face, but I might have imagined that. But it's got him. It got him. Which makes me super sad. I don't even know what to do with that now. I was thinking that like, finally we're at the end. You know, we've been going through the story for a while, but I think it's finally time that we call it curtains. And now they hit me up with this ending, and I'm like, God. But that's when that's the hallmark of a good video game, where like it just kind of lets you, it makes you just sit with it for a little bit. You kind of think of it like you think of it in its entirety, but also focus on like small little bits here and there. And this is one of them. I feel bad for Joshua, because like it was one of those things where like, you know, they gave us the fake out. We thought he was like dead, and that was supposed to traumatize like Clive and us. And then he's like, just kidding, I'm here. And I remember that I hypothesized that like, oh, maybe there's some time travel stuff. I don't know. Like maybe he did die, or what have you, or maybe it was like a different time. No, he was actually okay. The power of Phoenix is pretty strong. And for lack of better words, the Undying, aka the Order of the Phoenix, right? They saved him, they nurtured him, and he sought out like Ultima. And that's kind of crazy. And you know, it makes me question about like obviously they served him, and that's where he learned about like Ultima. So that means the Undying has been always like constantly been trying to figure out what's going on with Ultima, which is wild. That's that's crazy, dude. There's something about like stories in like a hidden order that you don't really know about. They always do that. But guys, that's it. I want to just go ahead and call the recording for a little bit before I like kind of just sit down and just think about this. So let me just end recording. I appreciate everyone who like watches like this after the fact. This has been one hell of a journey, and to get just kind of like bring some solace into this. This is definitely like a game of the year contender for sure. It was really good. Yeah, I appreciate everyone for watching, for sure, tuning in, especially after the fact. And yeah, that's all I can really say. I'll see you guys in the next one for sure. Yeah, let me just do the usual hashtag bye everybody. And it's curtains.